Hello. It's July 9th again. We're talking with Michael here at Martha's Vineyard Coffee. Let's talk about Orlando and my check. Okay.
I just said that I want to make sure that, I think my check is going to be okay because he's busy, but to make sure that Orlando has some fun when I'm in the hospital and that people visit him and meet him for coffee, take him out to eat, tell him to meet in the Castro for a walk, like I don't care, like something like that. Just so he has another outlet, because he'll just sit home and freak out. Or maybe meet him at the hospital, be there with him, because I think it's going to be hard for him to come in the hospital and see me with all those fucking tubes.
Now this is very sweet. I mean, look at Michael. It's his way of saying he loves Orlando. Isn't that sweet? He won't say it, but you know, it's his way. That's the way Michael does things, you know. And what about my check?
My check still makes me crazy, but I know he means really well, and I think that, you know, he definitely will do anything that I want, and he'll be there no matter what. It's just, unfortunately, he makes me crazy, and I guess they're the people that are the closest sometimes that make me the craziest, because he really makes me crazy. More than anybody right now, he makes me crazy.
Now what about Kealoha?
Kealoha is pretty solid, but I think that there's a lot of emotional stuff going on there too.
There's a lot of
You know what Orlando said? Orlando says, Michael, I have a feeling that Kealoha is dealing with you and not dealing with his own life. Orlando did say that. He goes, I have a feeling he's kind of taking, and I was like, well, why? I need him to deal with me. And he goes, I think that he's spending time dealing with you so he doesn't have to take care of himself and what's going on in his life.
That's what sometimes
But I
that
mean, you're
happens.
doing everything you can. It's not like you're not juggling everything.
No.
It's not like you're not taking care of him, me, work, him. You know, you're trying to do everything. But I think that for some reason, Orlando did say that. Orlando did say, like, I think Kealoha's taking care of you, so he doesn't have to deal with his own life.
So tell Orlando that, okay, since he said that, you tell Orlando that since he said that, I'll just back off and let Orlando take care of all this. And now I'll do and I'll just like
Orlando's a sweetheart. He was just being concerned, I'm sure. We know that. We love Orlando, don't we? Anyway, what else can I ask you here? Is there anything else you want to say?
Just make sure you come and visit me in the hospital and don't get scared when you see me with all the tubes.
Now he had done it before.
Well, many times. Now, what about your family? Isn't your brother coming here in a couple
Decided not
days?
to come. My mother said she would come out, but I'm like, it's crazy. What is she going to do here? So, I mean, they're the best that they can be, but they're not my family. I mean, they are, but I look at they're where they are. They say they're saying their prayers every day. That's the best that they can do for me.
And what about Sam? What about Sam, Michael?
Sam, what can I say about Sam? He's a little empty. I mean, he means really well. There's just not a lot in between. I mean, it must be a blessing for him to live the life of Sam, because there's just not a lot of depth. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a lot of, he's just an easy flowing, second by second, getting to the gym, hanging out in front of Pete's with the coffee. That's Sam. You know, put Sam in front of Pete's Coffee at 5 p.m. and he's happy as can be.
He's like, yeah, that's great.
So
that's good for him.
I mean, it must be easy to be Sam. It must be such a comfort to have no stress.
Now, your party, 4th of July, somebody did a lot of work for your party and they did a good job. Who was that?
Peter Vila?
Who?
Peter Vila?
No.
Orlando?
No. Little hint.
Okay, Aloha?
Yes.
He kept the kitchen very clean.
How was the food?
The food was really good. We had more than enough food. We're still eating the food.
I know Orlando was worried about the food. He was worried about the food, but it all came through.
I think everyone really had a good time. I think that it was once again, we talked about it that day, but for what I had been through and what I felt for that day, I had one whole day of
peace.
Just feeling like enjoying everybody and the weather and people and the music. It seemed like a miracle.
It was like old times.
Well, Michael, look at this. This is where Michael's going to be next year at this time. What do you think, Michael?
I'd be happy to be at any beach, especially even a nude beach. Not the black booty though. I don't want to be kissing no black booty.
Anything else you want to say, Michael?
No, I think that's good.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.